Good morning and welcome to Daily Miles. Somewhat sporadic miles, but there you go. On today's agenda, guess what? I got my bandage taken off this morning. So here's what that looks like. I actually haven't seen what's under here yet.
Oh, you didn't look last time?
Well, I didn't see the full of it because she has the, you still have the little gauze thing on top of it.
And we don't have to take it off.
No, it's coming off.
Okay. Sorry.
So after this, I can just keep the ace bandage on.
Yeah, and I can look for a new one actually. It looks beautiful. It's beautiful.
I don't know what person says, hey, that's a beautiful scar. Wow.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's got a lot of edema there still.
Yeah.
A lot of bruising still. That bruising, the edema is going to go down in a little bit. And now I can actually add ice where it actually does something. What are you listening for?
Oh, I'm just feeling the
The heat?
temperature.
Yeah, it's really warm.
Yeah, a little bit warm. Alright, throw this away.
So here it is, kitties. Here is my leg, my knee, fully exposed for the first time in 6 days. Now, I'm not a fan of scars and whatnot, and I hear tell that this is going to be a beautiful scar. I'm thinking to myself, really? That's not all that lovely to me, but what do I know? If I didn't mention it before, I'm mentioning it now. On today's agenda, I get to take a shower. So I'm gonna go jump in the shower. So usually my regime at this point is taking 2.5 milligrams of oxycodone, which is an opiate. I'm not that thrilled about it, but it does knock down the pain a little bit so that I can function. And the rest I have to do in my head. But they've also put me on 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, which keeps me stable at that point. Picks up where the oxy doesn't cover, because sometimes it doesn't. It's just not enough to do what it needs to do. So, but it's just enough to keep me from screaming in lurid pain. And now I understand why that lurid pain is happening. Anyway, so on today's agenda is also me taking a shower, which I desperately need. So, as you can see, when you put the two knees side by side, there's a lot of edema here, still a lot of swelling. This is very warm still, and even with ice, the ice never penetrated, the coldness never penetrated the bandage and the gauze wrap. It just kept insulating it. So, no matter what I did, I just couldn't get the ice just didn't work. So now with the ice, the padding basically out of the way, I should be able to put some ice on that and reduce that edema. On another front, look right here. So you see those numbers? That's 50, 100, and 250. In order for me to get out of here, I have to walk 250 feet unassisted. I can walk with the either my crutches or a walker, but still, that's the goal. I have to be able to walk 250 feet without wincing pain or lancing pain. And I think I figured out why I've been having so much, lancing pain, and I'm going to test it out today. So yesterday I did 50 feet with lots of lancing pain. Today I'm going to do 100 feet without lancing pain. Way cool. Obviously I'm not going to be able to show you any of that, but you can kind of sort of get the idea. Alrighty, kitties. I'll pick you up a little bit later. Shower done. I know it doesn't look like it, but trust me, the shower's done. it actually went quite well, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I feel much better. Nothing like a shower to change your whole perspective. I gotta tell you, those first 3 days after the surgery, I was in a dark, deep depression. I tried to remain positive about it, but just there was no way that was going to happen. I couldn't see this far in front of my face, and they were, walking me out the door, and I'm like, I have way too much pain for that. And I demonstrated that to them, and they're like, okay, that's not happening. Why is that not happening? It's because I refuse the opiates. And opiates are standard protocol for this kind of surgery, so that you can go back to, living your life quickly. And I have a family history of opiate abuse. My cousins and my uncle on my father's side of the family my uncle died from opiate overdose. My cousins, 2 of them are opiate addicts. So there you go. Yeah. I can't do it. But the pain has been so overwhelming. No amount of meditation, no amount of affirmation is going to change the fact that I have shooting pain every single time I move. Okay. So there was a reason why I had so much shooting pain, and it had everything to do with the way that I was moving. And now it makes logical sense to me. And I'm sort of surprised that the PA, and the 3 PTs didn't notice it at all. So just to make this as clear as I possibly can, and in case I didn't describe it earlier this morning, so every time that I walk, every time that I move this leg, that I have to transition from this leg to my arms using even if it's a walker or the crutches, it does not matter. This muscle moves up and then down right on top of the patella. And the more that I do that, it's basically jumping up and down on top of the patella. The more that I do that, it just becomes unbearable after a while. First, it starts out as a burn, then an itch, and that itch turns into nerve pain. That nerve pain turns into shooting, lacerating pain all up and down my leg, and then all up and down my spine. So I'm just at some point I'm just like I can't even. And that's what was happening until yesterday. I finally figured it out. It made perfect logical sense to me that the reason why when I stand up, that the muscle needs time to heal. But the muscle is just literally sitting on top of the patella. And every single time that leg moves, it keeps doing this, right on top of the patella. Boom, 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 boom. And over time, I end up with pain, lacerating pain. I can't even. I can't even. I don't have the words to describe. I'm calling it lacerating pain, but that barely covers it. It's like a distant, planetary body at the edge of the solar system. That's how much pain I was in. I take 10 steps and I'm done. I can't even. Yesterday, my goal was to hit 50 feet. And I didn't give a rat's fuck what I had to do to make it, because the only way I'm getting out of here is 250 feet. So we took me to the maximum limit of my opiate, which is 7.5 milligrams, on top of 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, on top of Novix. It's a derivation of ibuprofen. So I loaded up yesterday and waited until it all kicked in, About a half an hour later, there I was, white knuckling it about 10 feet later. And I was not going to stop for anybody. I don't care how much pain I was in. No, I'm doing 50 feet today. End of story. Out and back. Does not matter. I needed to do that for me because I can't sit here anymore. I mean, I'm sitting here right now, but I need to do something. I needed to prove to myself that I could do it. And still it was a failure. And the reason why it was a failure is because I was in lurid pain about 10 feet later. Until about 2 hours later, after, the pain had subsided and I was, back to a lucid state, when I'm sitting here and I'm practicing, the nurse allowed me to practice a little bit right here. I'm practicing a little bit, and then the realization just like hit me why this is happening. Ding. There you go. So the only way around it is to make the transition from my walking leg to my arms, and then back from my arms to my walking leg. I need to make that transition very smooth so that it doesn't go up and down, which means keeping this leg deactivated in any way, shape, or form. Make sense? There you go. All right, if that doesn't make sense, we'll talk about it later. All right, this is a very long video today. So my apologies. Thanks a bunch for listening. Thanks a bunch for caring. Thanks a bunch for your donations, all of you. And if you haven't donated, I'm going to need some more donations coming in, kiddies. Don't think that, we're halfway there. Okay, I've donated. He's got money now. Not. Need a pile more money because I got to be here for the next 3 months. And I got to ration out what I got. And at some point, I'm going to get kicked out of here. I'm going to get kicked out of, rehab, and kicked out of, I'm going to have an Airbnb, and hopefully I can get back in the van, but not like this, not in this condition. Just not in this condition. So I'm going to need an Airbnb for a minimum of about a month. And that shit's like $2,000 in this neck of the weeds. Alrighty, kiddies. Thanks a bunch for listening. Thanks a bunch for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have yourselves a great day. Bye.